All right, what is going on, everybody? So let's get this party started, shall we? How's everybody doing this morning? It is Thursday morning, so we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and a few other assets, see if we can find a setup this morning before the New York session begins. So on Bitcoin, I'm not seeing the price action I want to see. I'm sure that's pretty much the same sentiment across the board. Now, this is the thing. Bitcoin broke out of its all-time high over here, and then the very next day, you've seen a little bit of selling pressure come in, and then it sat in a low, and then consolidation, and boom, we finally got the move that we were waiting to see. Bitcoin takes out the old all-time high and closes above it. That's spectacular. So the next day, what was I expecting? Well, something like this, right? A small red day or consolidation day, not even testing the midpoint of that previous breakout candle, as that basically says that you've broken out and it's chewing on through the orders and likely to continue to the upside. However, yesterday we got a CPI inflation print, which was the highest print we have had since 1982. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. S&P 500 did not like that news either. So yesterday morning, this is when the news came out. Bitcoin was trading good, right? It was going up in the exact opposite fashion as the S&P 500 was going down. So yeah, I was like, well, it looks like that maybe people are considering Bitcoin as an inflation hedge. And that's good, right? If inflation numbers are high, you get a bullish pop out of Bitcoin. That does indicate, yep, that people are buying it as inflation risk. Let's go over here and look at the TNX and all the stuff that we need to see. Here is your 10 years. Explosive move yesterday. And it's reaching, man, it's reaching. So that's a big day yesterday on the TNX, or 10-year, I'm sorry, not the TNX or the TLT. This is the US 10-year bonds. This is the number that's going up. This is what is causing the dollar to get some strength. This trades inverse, so you can see there. Here's the US dollar, which is calculated by 25% of the other currency basket, so everything is even. There's not one side heavier weighted than any other. Massive day yesterday, and then obviously DXY, same thing. Big, strong, huge breakout day, and you're seeing a bit of continuation on that today. So what does that mean for Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin trades against the dollar first and foremost. So if the dollar gains strength, it's going to curb Bitcoin's strength. Whichever asset is stronger out of the two pairs will determine the direction. So if the dollar is stronger than Bitcoin, then Bitcoin versus the dollar will go down. And if Bitcoin is stronger than the dollar, then Bitcoin will go up. Now, is it possible for Bitcoin to be stronger than the US dollar and still go up? I mean, is it possible? Yeah, that. Sorry, I just woke up. Is it possible for Bitcoin to move higher as the US dollar is doing the same? Yes. If Bitcoin is stronger, it will move up regardless of whatever the dollar is doing. So if we go back over here to Bitcoin, what we're going to do is why did this come in here? Some kind of news, some kind of FUD. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to any news. After we had that pop in price, I absolutely just decided to leave it alone. Here we go. That's a massive move to the downside. This is our pop for the CPI print. Core inflation numbers come out. You get a new all-time high, hit $69,000 exactly to the dot. 69. It's a nice number. But anyways, yeah, broke out. Did not close above your hourly res, but you did here. And that was followed up with a bearish candle. So this bullish candle was your trap. And then you had straight selling come into the market all the way down back to 63K. That's a lot of selling. So basically, if you look at the overall, I'm not bearish on Bitcoin. The thumbnail was it's a little bit of a clickbait. I understand. It's the only preloaded red day Bitcoin thumbnail that I had. So I didn't have time to make a new one. So I just loaded that one up. But over here, when we made the old all-time high of 64,000. Notice what we were doing over here. I mean, it's the same thing, right? You put in all-time high, and then you've seen selling commence. Then Bitcoin puts in a new all-time high, but it's insignificant. Selling commences. So that's what people are going to say is going on over here. And they have every right to say so, because that's exactly what's going on. There's your breakout candle to the upside. Big, strong move. Bullish trap. Next day, engulfing day to the downside. Not quite engulfing, but almost. But anyways, you still had the selling commence once you broke out above the new all-time high. Same thing yesterday. Break out above the old all-time high, and then the selling commences. Now, I'm not short or selling or bearish simply because of where yesterday closed. Yesterday closed at that old all-time high right there. So that's pretty decent. That's a nice little bounce. It would have looked a lot worse had Bitcoin closed below this breakout candle, because what that would indicate is that this is indeed a trap. Now, you did take out the low of that candle. Absolutely. This is a bearish engulfing. You smoked the highs of both of these candles and the lows of both of those candles, but you did not close below. So we're going to keep an eye on it. I mean, if you're a shorter out there, if you're looking to short Bitcoin, there's an 8-hour Heath level staring you in the face at $66,544. That's an 8-hour level of supply. If Bitcoin's going to roll over and give you another leg of exhaustion to the downside, you're going to be looking for possible entries there. That's the level that I'm watching to see if Bitcoin can get back above it. Now, we can sell off all the way back down to the 21 exponential moving average. But we got pretty close to that yesterday. So yeah, it's not looking great. Generally, what I want to see when Bitcoin breaks out of an old all-time high is continuation, not this sideways choppy liquidation candles. I don't like that at all. It just screams exhaustion risk to me. Bitcoin is trading at $66,000, 65,280 right now. So you're just having a small inside day. If this was going to be like one of those scenarios where you get a big down day to liquidate any over leveraged longs, then you would want to see continuation on the next day. Today's young, right? It's very early. It's only 5:30 in the morning, 5:40 a.m. in the morning. So you've got till 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. now that the time has changed in America. Bitcoin's closing its dailies at 7 p.m. So you've got plenty of time, right? 13 hours and 20 minutes for this thing to close. Chances are it's going to chop sideways like it's doing now. It's going to just, yeah, I don't like this price action at all. I was expecting more bullish continuation, especially yesterday since we took out the all-time high. That's generally when you want to see a short squeeze. We're not seeing a short squeeze, not even a little bit, and I don't like it. So just be prepared, guys. You are trading at all-time highs, and it's not being able to continue with the bullish momentum that it needs to continue with. Now, it's like I said, it's not that bad because we did close up there. So we'll see what happens moving on for the next few days, but I'm definitely going to be a little bit cautious. I'm not going to be trying to take any new long entries at all, right? So not for a little bit, not until I get that. What I want to see is that thing just take off. Let's go look at longer term here real quick so we can get a basic idea of what I'm talking about. So we're going to go back to the old market cycle. Let me just scroll out here so I can get the old all-time high. Right there. Just bear with me one moment. Even my computer is still sleeping. So this is here's all our old all-time high. You can see Bitcoin, traded up into it, broke it, but did not close above it. And then you got a red day, right? A big day of selling right after. So pretty close to what we're seeing today. So if we see continued sideways price action, we can maybe, as long as you're not making lower lows on the daily, right? You start making lower lows on the daily, it's not going to look so pretty. But if you can stay trading sideways in a set range that we'll find here in a second, then it'll look okay. But notice this. This is the clear breakout, right? This is the day where Bitcoin said, hey, I'm breaking out above my all-time high, and I'm going higher. Next day, bullish continuation. So this right here, this move, if you look at 19,000, let's just call it $20,000. The second day after you broke out, you were trading almost $4,000 higher. So here's your continuation. Put in a red day. I mean, and then you're just gone, right? You're just gone with a couple red days here and there, but Bitcoin just traded higher. This was the first time that we even got any real consolidation, and the first time that we put in lower highs and lower lows. That held support. Let's go over here and pull up the moving averages to see. I believe that was a 50 test. It was. So there's a 50 EMA test. That held support. That's fantastic. That's what you want to see in a bullish market. You got continuation. So up here where we are currently, the 50 EMA is well below price. So chances of it coming all the way back down to there are, it can happen, right? It can absolutely happen. But I definitely want to see it bounce from there if we're going to see bullish continuation. And I definitely don't want to check in the 50 EMA after you just broke out either. So that's what I mean. Like, it's the price action's not looking very great. Doesn't look good for bullishness to me. Even over here, like, we put in the new all-time high. This was the one that everybody wanted to see broken. There's a break. There's a close above. And then nothing for 2 weeks. Just traded sideways under it. We just finally got a break. So as long as we're holding support, right, we'll keep an eye on it. And it still can go higher. But I'm not saying that this is bearish in any shape of the imagination. I'm just saying be careful, because that's not the type of price action I want to see. I am expecting volatility, right? Volatility is good, but yeah, I want to see this thing moving higher, and I want to show it. I need to see it basically to say, hey, there's our breakout. We're probably going to trade higher, but I'm not getting that. You get a breakout and then instant selling. So we'll see what happens. The inflation print's got everybody nervous, guaranteed, right? Nobody likes that. It's the highest number we've seen in decades. SPX had a bad day yesterday as well. Is it still bullish? Absolutely. I don't even think you got a 20 test on it. You didn't. So SPX can trade all the way back down there to 45.74.20 and still remain bullish, right? It's just one newsprint. We'll have to give it some time for the market to basically see what it wants to do moving forward. Bitcoin is a risk-on asset. This proves it. Right, it did look like it was going to trade as an inflation hedge, but this red day on the S&P 500, as the S&P 500 is the risk markets, Bitcoin suffered a red day as well. Risk on market. Okay, so if we're going to continue to see Dixie strength, then probably going to see that as well. And we've been looking for bullish dollar for a long time on this channel. We've been watching it. We've been trading it. So I got a short on pound yen. I was trying to get a short on Aussie yen a couple weeks ago, but I got stopped out on both attempts. But you can see here, these were the days that I attempted here and got stopped out. And then, boom, straight down. So that's looking pretty. The pound yen trade that I'm actually in looks prettier, because the ECB we had last week gave me this monstrosity of a candle. Love it. My entry is this wick high on this bullish candle. That was my entry, so I am writing it. See what happens. So that position is situated. The CAD yen trade that I took the other day for Tuesday's live stream, that trade did get stopped out. But I took 2/3 of the position size off, so it was a profitable trade, very successful. Right there is the entry for the pound yen, because I was looking for dollar strength and yen strength, because in risk-off scenarios, the Japanese yen tends to trade higher. But the Japanese yen is not trading higher. We started to get a little bit of a pop on it from these lows down here, but when the inflation number came out, this is odd. The Japanese yen sold off too, which I don't know why that would sell off because of USD inflation, but we'll see what happens. So this shows a little bit of different, right? Last time we had any risk off or any scares of any kind, the Japanese yen would always pump as the S&P come off. it's not doing that this time. So there's definitely some differences going on inside of the market. If you're going to be a professional trader, you're going to have to get used to that, because things do change very often inside of the markets, right? So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. Let's see, Aussie Swiss, red days. So yeah, I don't like trading the Swiss pairs because of this. Always trade sideways, and I hate sideways trading. It's just difficult. This thing can go sideways for weeks on end, but this is looking like you're seeing some risk off. Oil's going higher, so Aussie should be going higher with oil because they are an import. They do export oil. Let's get rid of this, and this, because these are all old levels. We're getting some continuation on the day for the Aussie yen already. So I don't know if there's going to be a day trade on this or not. You can watch yesterday's open to see if that area acts as support on the intraday, or resistance, apologies. Let's go over here and see where we are. Let me get the open. This is the open there. So you're trading underneath your open, which means you're a red day. That's, looks like the move's already happened is what I'm trying to say. It looks like the London session caught the high. Not the high of day, but, caught this high, and you're seeing bearish continuation. You are coming into a possible area of demand down there, so I wouldn't be looking to take entries right where it is currently. But if it gets a bounce back up to here, maybe then the risk to reward looks a little better. You can see that you've already had 2 hours of testing this level as demand. And you can see that you did get 2 bounces, and you're right back down there again. So we're probably going to see this thing go lower. Hourly support is going to be 83.027, but it's moving down. It's moving down. Excuse me. You're back below your 50 on the daily, on the RSI, and you're below your 21 EMA. You are coming into, a conglomeration of EMAs down here, so you will probably more than likely get a bounce from at some point. There's an old support level here that's seen a 1-day trade through it. Then we retested it, but it traded back through it. What level is that? 83.034. So it's 83 is a big figure. That's probably why you're seeing reactions to it. So yeah, you might find support there. Just be careful looking for new shorts on this. I didn't have a chance to go through and look at any markets to see if there's any opportunities coming up, but we will see. Aussie New Zealand looks like it's getting ready to test a possible area of supply. On the daily chart, there's a lot of bullish strength on this right now, though I don't like stepping in front of that. If you go to the hourly, you'll see what I'm talking about. Big move to the downside here, and then you've popped up. Boom. So anybody that's shorted here or here are stopped out more than likely at this point. So watch that level at 1.04038. See if you're unable to close hourlies above it, as that would be a pretty good area to look to get short, especially now that you've taken out this swing high and this swing high. That'd be a good spot to start looking for shorts. Again, looking for this trend to continue. It's pretty exhausted to the downside, though. I mean, yeah, you're trading at the lows. Just be very careful, guys. All right, so Euro Aussie, seeing more bullish continuation. I did take a trade on this, but I am no longer in the thing. I closed the trade down the other day. Caught a nice run to the upside. I don't know why I closed it. Something happened or something. So I just shut the position down. But it's still continuing to the upside. This is Euro. Euro is stronger than the Aussie, I guess, but it's definitely not strong. The Euro is going down today, so it's just stronger than the Aussie dollar. There's Euro making a fresh low. That's a fresh yearly low also. Yeah, fresh yearly lows, guys. Moving lower. Let's check out the weekly, see if there's any incoming support levels. I mean, old ones, yes, way over here. So you're into this stuff, but I don't know if that will work or not. we'll see. The next newest or freshest level of support is going to be one spot 12,908 or around that area here. As you can see that area was acting as resistance until you got a weekly close above it. As soon as you did get your weekly close above it, see ya. So that area might act as support. Euro it's down on the day and it's at the lows. So I wouldn't be trying to look for shorts on this asset down at the lows. Like I said, same thing on this one. If it pulls back maybe and holds resistance, then it's possible to look for shorts, but it's on the lows. It's on the lows. There should be better assets to look for shorts on, this one being one of them. Not today, obviously. Pound is seeing a bit of strength today. It's a lot stronger than anything else. It's red on the day versus the dollar, but it's not bad red. It's seeing a little bit of a bounce. And then pound yen is green on the day. So if you're looking for new shorts, this is something you want to short or look to possibly short because it's green, right? That means you've pulled back from the lows. So I always monitor where the open of the day is, intraday. This lets me know pretty close to where it is. You can see that this thing's been trading sideways down here since last week. I have no clue why. So it's having trouble, to say the least, getting lower. There was a stab lower there, but you've quickly came back up. I would say this would have been the area to look for shorts, but it's already happened. Here, this is your daily open. You can see how it bounced right off of that, and you're moving lower. So watch this area. This is going to be the target. This wick low here. It gives you a 34 pip trade. This is going to be resistance, or needs to be resistance. 152.790. If you're trading at here and you cannot close an hourly above, would a short be in order? I say so. I would do it, right? I like it. Targeting daily low only. Once your daily low target, or if I should say your daily low target gets hit, you're going to remove 2/3 of your position size, move the stops to break even. So that way, if it does continue, you are in the position. But you are at the lows. Everything is stretched out pretty good. This one, not so much, though. This one's got room to go. I don't know what this is. Oh, weekly probably. So that's going to be the first level that would potentially act as support, and you haven't hit it yet. So I'd be looking for shorts, and then once you get down there, then maybe you can close the position and let it bounce to see then if it's going to continue lower. A lot of people think a lot of other people think the pound is in a good spot for buying because it is making fresh yearly lows. So I don't know why, but it might be the place to start looking for bullish entries. It's not the way that I trade. I don't try to pick bottoms and tops, but I'm a day trader, so I'm only looking to capitalize on a daily range expansion anyhow. Here's the USD CAD. We were looking at this. Once you got the breakout, this thing came in and retested nicely, but that wick down there would have more than likely stopped anybody out had they got in a position on this. Right? That's yesterday's news. Boom. Continuation today. Coming into an hourly level of possible supply. So you're not looking to buy it here. But if it does pull back, potentially to like here, in the next few days is what I mean. Not today. It's not going to pull back down to there today. 124.828, possibly bullish continuation from there. If we're going to look for dollar strength, then yeah, USD CAD, USD Yen, or USD Swissy are pretty much your only chances to go long dollar. Obviously, you can short Aussie dollar, Euro dollar, or pound dollar for dollar strength, but those things are at the lows. So what I basically like to do is try to find assets that aren't at lows or the highs to look for potential entries. because that basically means that there's room to go. So you did break above the 50 on the RSI. You came in for a recheck, and now you're going. So I don't see a test of the 50 on the RSI coming back up. This thing was bearish, so you are going to be, yeah, that's what I thought. You're checking your 200 exponential moving average now. So the 20 EMA is starting to curve up, as well as this, right? So that you've got time for this play to play out. We've got a lot of time. People are going to be shorting this right here. I would not. Let's see. There is supply there in the 200 exponential moving average. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think I would take that short. Let's see what we can find. Because I'm bullish the dollar. So, it doesn't make sense to me. But for other people that will try to take that short. I mean, right there, that's where I would look. That old daily supply zone. I'd wait for a check of that before I'd even look about entering short positions. Let's go look at USD Swissy. Good water. Breakout. Boom. So we're going to be looking for bullish entries on this. Let's see where everything is situated nicely. Everything is situated nicely. I take that back. I like USD Swiss franc better than I do USD CAD. That looks fantastic, and it's a fresh breakout above resistance, fresh breakout above your moving averages, fresh breakout above your 50 on the RSI. Yeah, let's go intraday, see what we can find here. You're pulling back. That is not right. So why is it doing that? It doesn't really change too much by going log on or log off with the trend line, but when I go intraday, it says that we're testing the trend line now, and we're not. But is this a potential entry? Yeah, it is. This is a potential bullish entry. We've got support there. It's only 14 pips to the 5-day, but beggars can't be choosers. All right. Let's see if we stay closing hourlies above this level right here. I'm going to like it long. You get an hourly close below that, that's okay, because hourly support or your current structure support's going to be down here, right? So technically, we could get a wick all the way down to there, and I would like that entry better actually, because it brings the risk to reward up a lot. Right, that'll probably put you at 20 pips on the day. And it's early, guys. You don't have to look for entries right now. It would put you at almost exactly 20 pips. So we're going to watch 0 spot 91904. This is our favorite trade on the day. Excuse me. This is what I'm going to keep my eyes on today. USD Swissy. I don't trade it very often, but it looks good. Fresh breakouts on everything on the daily. I like it. So if we're trading close to this area anywhere from the next hour to 2 hours, I'm going to be looking for bullish entries. I don't want to take it right now, though. We got to let it pull back and find obvious support. And that's crazy trading there, huh? But it's only a very tiny range. Yeah, we're going to watch this level here. There's a 5-minute ETH level right below there as well. Possible demand. I don't know if it would go all the way back down there. It's setting in 5-minute support. But we got to get below that wick. I don't know. Let's see. It doesn't look like it's going to come back. But see this 5-minute candle here? This was support till you broke down and traded back up. Here's this wick. So maybe if we got below that wick around in this area, it would put you pretty close to the entry price. So just hang on. Wait for this, because we know it's hourly support. The hourly he thought was going to be there, though. My mouse is screwing up. Give me one moment. There. So if we go back intraday into the 5-minute chart, you can see that That's what I was trying to say. So that's your your hourly demand, and then hourly support there. Low of day is irrelevant on this, but we'll go market. So this is low of day. Alright, yeah, it's irrelevant. You're trading at the highs. Yeah, I like it. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Let's go find something else. Let's check out what oil's doing. Oil's coming off too. I mean, almost beautiful test of resistance. Just a slight breakout above. And then yesterday, bearish engulfing. Or outside day. And you came in for a retest of your daily there. See that? Boop. And you're getting bearish continuation. I'm telling you guys, this is the most effective strategy you're going to find on the internet. Look how beautiful that is. It's like absolutely flawless. Bing, entry, boom. So we'll see what happens with oil. It's definitely struggling at the $80 area. Or $84 area, I'm sorry, up here. We're trading at $80 now, but yeah, so we'll keep an eye on this. If you take out this low, you're going to have a lower high, lower low sequence because this high is higher than this high. So you'll have lower low, lower high sequence. We did get that over here. And then obviously bullish continuation after the second leg. This is pretty much when Bitcoin had its move down too. So something happened here that scared the market participants. And then Bitcoin did the same thing as well. This did actually take out the lows, whereas Bitcoin stayed closing above those lows and moved higher. It's funny how everything is trading pretty similar right now. The algos are on cue. We are moving into possible... No, that's a 4-hour level. See? Possible 4-hour supply on the S&P 500. I wanted to see a test of it. We did not test it. So, yeah. Keeping an eye on Bitcoin as well. I mean, there's the 8-hour level there. It's also a 4-hour supply zone. So, that's if you're looking for shorts on Bitcoin, that's where you're going to want to be looking more than likely. Let's go look at CAD Yen. It's probably seeing some bearishness today because of oil. And it is. It's at support. So there's nothing to do on it intraday wise. Unless it pulls back. It's unlikely though, guys. It's 6 o'clock. So chances are this thing's already... This was the move, right? This was an entry, but I wouldn't have been able to take an entry there. I mean, it is an hourly supply zone. I just don't like those big range candles for supply areas. But you can clearly see that it was your last bullish candle. And then boom. That was your entry. Or possibly here. This wick up into support. The close of that bearish candle. There's where your two entries for that. So we're passing that up. We didn't see nothing there. Let's see your pound CAD's getting a bounce. This is because of CAD weakness. But I was liking CAD. Pound CAD for possible shorts. And that played out fine. I didn't take the entry, but... So it's getting a bounce from that low. Once we broke down here, nice support check. I would leave this alone because of CAD's weakening. And the pound also is not as weak as other assets. Look, it's going up. It was 0.10 earlier. Now it's 0.05. So the pound is moving up. But it might be a possible entry for a short. Where is here? Yeah, I mean, you're getting pretty close to the open, so I mean, you're about to hit your open. Let's see if there's a trade on the pound today. It's looking extended to me, but there's your open. Let's move this down here. There's your supply. So two prices where we want to see resistance hold. One spot 34047 or one spot 34170. Either one of these two places right here will be pretty decent areas to look for possible shorts. Possible. It's stretched out to the downside, right? Extended. So this may be bouncing. Just keep that in the back of your head before just blazing into a short position. My favorite position on the day is USD Swissy for now. Let's go look at Ethereum. Ethereum's green, but just barely. 1% on the day. Not much. Is it a buying opportunity? The rev that we see on Bitcoin and Ethereum? Yeah, it possibly is, right? Ethereum's bullish. Everything's bullish. Bitcoin's bullish. You held support here on Ethereum. Ethereum's structure looks better. It did the same thing though. Wicked above and took out many lows. Took out 1, 2, 3 days of lows with that bearish candle. So the sellers or the shorts are going to be watching there. Since there is no daily demand or daily supply, they're going to be watching that. It's yesterday's open. There's a 4-hour level there as well. And you've tested it on ETH. So you need a 4-hour close above 47.2976 for bullish continuation. A rejection here. Target will be the low of day on Ethereum if you're day trading it. So this is where I'd be looking for entries if I was wanting to day trade Ethereum. Let's see if anything looks crazy today. Luna's up 5% on the day. And it got absolutely swallowed up yesterday by this as well. But it's already above demand or supply. I get the words mixed up. It's supply. You're already above it. You've already closed the 4-hour above it. You've actually came in for a retest of support. And you're seeing continuation. So this may be going higher. Just liquidated. The liquidator candle came in and said hello to everybody. And now the bullish reaction is going to occur. I can see that happening on all crypto assets. Any thoughts on USD JPY? Yeah, let me go look at it. That's going to be on the orange list. Yeah, it had a big bullish day yesterday. It's in the resistance. There's resistance. See, my thing is with the yen, is if it gets strong, which generally it does when there's, when people are nervous, they start putting their money in safe havens. It makes this thing trade sideways. But we have yen weakness right now with dollar strength. So it's into resistance. I wouldn't be looking for any bullish entries on it because it's into daily res. Right? Is there a potential bullish entry coming up? Yeah, absolutely. You took out support, but that's okay. Intraday price action is you're gonna get that in some cases. Here's your daily open. So this hourly Heath level right there needs to hold a support if you're bullish. If you're looking for longs on this, 113.945 needs to be the area. That's your potential entry, and you're going to be targeting day high of day, which would be this wick. And that gives you a pretty decent risk to reward. 21 pips. So you're into daily resistance. Just keep that in mind. I generally do not want to take entries when you're into daily res. And it's not just one daily. It's multiple, right? You got a whole slew of them right in this area. So, yeah. Big move yesterday. And so I do expect continuation, but I would like it lower, somewhere down in around the 113.550 area, because it is old support, right? So if you got down there, it's not quite a midpoint check, or you could do something like this, take a fib of the actual range, from low to high. Be looking for a 50 or a 618 check. 618 check is also daily demand. So yeah, I mean, the next few days, if it gets down there, that would be a potential place for entries. I just don't like it where it's at currently. Yeah. Man is not doing nothing on the day. Let's go look at Shill Coin. Let's see how it's going. That's crazy. Shill Coin. Disgusting. Let's get off that. Maybe this will help. Ooh. It's trading sideways. Oh, lost my mic. Not my mic, my headphones. Alright. I don't know if anybody's trading this. This thing is new. We were just looking at it yesterday because it had like a 4 million% gain. It happened so fast, it's impossible to trade that. I think someone said that it took place in like 2 minutes. Boom, boom. So yeah, it's something new. I have no idea what it is. Am I forgetting anything? Let's see if there's any big movers on KuCoin. Mostly everything probably got absolutely wrecked yesterday. Yeah. That's like 4%, 15% DNT USD. Look at this. See, this is why you can't get too bearish too quickly on these things, guys. This thing's already above yesterday's high. This is bullish. That's insane. I don't know what this is, but it's stopping people out left and right. Liquidated longs yesterday, liquidating shorts today. That looks like the biggest mover on the day. KDA's up 10%. Oh my goodness. This thing didn't even have a red day yesterday. Well, there's nothing to do on it because it's at the highs. And it did not come back and check that. So maybe if it ever does come back and check this price, 1982, you can possibly look for it to hold as support. Let's go look at NIOA for Kimberly. What is it? NOIA? Yeah. Syntropy. Yeah, it suffered yesterday's down move as well. It's coming into daily possible supply. It held above that. So if it's going to continue its bullish climb, you want to see this area hold. You do not want to see a daily closure below 40,000 or 40,863. 40,863. That's support right now. Needs to stay that way for a couple days. Digibyte's up 10%. Why? Why is Digibyte even still around? Let's see. Near USD up 13% on the day. Same thing, took out yesterday's high. That's insane. This gives me hope for Bitcoin. If other things are already taking out the highs. 1 USDT's up 9%. Almost up to yesterday's high. Not quite. Let's look at this one real fast. Nothing. Your finance. $34,619. So it's one like Bitcoin up there in price. Looks like it's trying to go up. It's gotten above yesterday's open, which is fantastic. Yeah, I think he accidentally made the vid unlisted. Oh, did I? Son of a bitch. Man, thank you for that. Everybody's gonna be pissed. I'll have to make it public. It's too early in the morning for this. Thanks, Jay Bradley. That's exactly what I did. Sorry. Just couldn't find the vid. Should have looked into Discord. Oh, man. That's okay. We take hits and we get up. It's all good. Let's see here. Let's see what someone's... That's probably what someone's saying. I can't find the live stream. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, I'll make it public here in a second. When it closes, I'll make it public so everybody can watch it. Classic Heath. Yeah, it's definitely me. Definitely. Let's see here. No, Bitcoin's almost back to the open, so Bitcoin's suffering a little bit. It's finding some selling pressure. It's just too early. There's no way. It has to get up there before I would even think about it. That's a lot, man. I don't like that kind of price action. Come on. What else? Let's go see if we got anything else on the green side. EuroCAD. What's EuroCAD doing? It's getting a pop, which is understandable. Man, this thing got absolutely creamed. Sold off massively. It's been chopping sideways for a month, it seems like. But, I mean, yeah. I'd probably leave it alone for now. Swiss yen did not give an entry. Almost did, though. It did tack the wick of this candle yesterday. The thing is if people start buying the Swiss franc or the Japanese yen, this thing will get choppy. It'll get choppy. Euro, Aussie, looked at that already. I think we've covered pretty much everything. Let's go look at this New Zealand pairs. We didn't look at them. They're weak. New Zealand's weak on the day. I know where the moving averages are, but I'll just put them up there for everybody else. Got below that. Nice test of it this morning or yesterday. Boop. Seeing continuation to the downside. There's nothing to trade on it. We'll just have to keep our eye on USD Swissy because that is my favorite one. Here's silver. Silver got a big bounce yesterday. You're seeing bullish continuation. Silver also broke out of that descending trend line, which is what bulls want to see. Anybody that buys silver for, inflation risks, you're getting a pop. Gold's is doing the same thing. I guarantee it. I looked at gold yesterday. It was got a big pop. Yep, you're getting bullish continuation as well today. So gold's looking better and better. Above all the moving averages. All overbought. So yeah, this has got to chill out. People are buying it up. Gold is taking on its job as that inflation hedge. It's typical gold. New Zealand dollar suffering today pretty vigorously, going to the downside. Nothing to do on it. So I guess the only thing I see so far is going to be USD Swiss franc. Yeah, it's definitely early. I agree. Definitely. Too early in some cases. I got too many lines going on there. I just want it lower before I can buy it. I don't want to buy it at the daily high. So if this doesn't play out today, we'll keep our eyes on it for the next couple days anyways. Because I think this thing's going to run. Is dollar coming off? No, it's struggling at the highs. I had a big move yesterday, so some consolidation would be in order. Or typical. Fresh yearly highs. on the DXY. That was my overall bullish target, so, and that's been hit. It's coming into an area where it might find some resistance. Yeah. Old stuff, but nonetheless, that's why it's struggling. Do you guys have anything that you want me to look at before we close her down? Algo. I think I was looking to short this yesterday. I got 3-day levels. This closes in 12 hours. It's a break above resistance yesterday. Or not yesterday, when was that? 2 days ago. But it held below daily res. So yeah, I mean, Algo looks like it's wedging up. Liquidated everybody to the upside. If it can stay below daily res at $2.04, I might look for shorts on this. I don't know though, because other crypto assets are still extremely bullish. I don't know what this is, but it looks good today. Overall, it looks not so good. And it's extremely cheap. It's 7 cents. Link. Let's go look at it. It looks good. It didn't even it wasn't red yesterday. Big wick though. There's your daily resistance. It looks like you're going to finally get that close above it. 34.81 was resistance. You're well above that today. You're trading inside of yesterday's range, but all right, so you have a new hourly res at 36.80 for intraday. There's your new resistance. See, this looks bad. On the daily, it doesn't. So the intraday chart looks terrible. The daily chart looks good. You're stretching above daily resistance. Let's see what we got on the 8 hour. 8 hour doesn't look so hot. But it closed above support. Yeah, I'd say your 36.78 level intraday resistance, that's the level that you got to beat. People are going to look to short it. A lot of people are going to be looking for shorts today, only because of what happened yesterday. A lot of people are going to see this as the top for Bitcoin. I don't, but I don't like its price action, that's for sure. So 36.78 daily resistance is 34.81. So if it gets back down there, is that a potential spot for possible longs? It absolutely is. That's your daily resistance level. So just keep a close eye on it. Hourly support's all the way down here. And that's going to, yeah, I mean, it pretty much encompasses all of the price. Right? All the way from this. So that's going to be support. 33.43. That's your range. Let me go look at Litecoin, because it's been moving as of late. Let's see here. So it got up in that supply yesterday. Yesterday had everything coming off. This is an old area of support. You can see that today is like right there. And then this is another old area of support before the big 50 or 60% shakeout. I guess if that's what it is, that was a big one. So these are just old levels of support. I was actually looking for them to be potential resistance And currently it is. So intraday, it looks like that. You've already taken out the low of this candle. So this bullish pop has to be looked at as simply a dead cat bounce for now. The only ones that you can say that it isn't is on stuff like Dent. Anything that's above yesterday's high. Everything that's above yesterday's high is already above it. This one did not. Is Dent the only one? Yesterday's high. You're above it. So, I mean, it's hard to trade that. Let me just give it a quick scroll. 1 inch. Yeah. Old support. Yesterday's open. That's going to be an entry. Or where people will look for entries. And it was. That's a reaction. That's a bearish reaction. So on 1 inch, I'd probably be looking for shorts if it trades back up to this candle's open, 439. I might look for shorts on 1 inch. So let's get rid of these. All right, we're going to add 1 inch. There. We're also going to add, USD Swiss franc. I'll probably do it on Oanda. So far, that's it. I like this because you're getting a bearish reaction. So if we get back up to around this candle's open, I'm going to be looking for possible shorts. I'm not going to target the daily low because that's all the way down here. That's your low of day, $4.01. So, I mean, clearly you can see that it's bullish on the day. But looking for that dead cat bounce to sell into the dead cat bounce is what a lot of people are going to be doing. All right, let's go back over to there. KuCoin. I thought there was another one that is already above its yesterday's high. H-bar almost got to it. Hedera hash graph. Here's ICP. I'll just go ahead and talk about it because a lot of people have been asking about it as of late. So it was continuing with a bullish trend, but you've gotten a close below your this support level. So that's going to look like a breakdown if it fails here. But that's okay because daily support is 4603. 4603. This is old resistance. And it looks like it's holding price up now. So I will leave it. I want to bring this up. Or let's just get rid of it. Get a new one. I got to figure out what's going on with my mouse. So there's two levels of possible support. If you're looking for ICP, with Bitcoin being at possible exhaustion risk though, if it starts to come off, so will most all other assets. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up with that. I'll go ahead and fix it so everybody can watch it. Apologies for everybody who is watching the replay. I did not mean to do that. So if you guys have any questions, drop in the comment section below. As always, make sure you trade. Oh, can I check OMG? Yeah, I can check OMG real quick. And then I'll close it down. USD. It's nice. I mean, it's trading at the highs. Trading at the highs. You're in the daily resistance right now. You are above yesterday's high as well, which looks good, right? That looks extremely good. You're having a bullish reaction from this support level, which was old resistance here. That was old resistance, broke out above it. First check of it, bullish reaction. You're in the daily resistance right here, so I wouldn't be looking for bullish entries here, but I would watch down here for potential bullish entries. Now, it'd have to hold on at least an hourly closing basis for me, or 4-hour closing basis. If you get a 4-hour or hourly close below 1642, then it's probably going back down to recheck this support. But I'm not looking for anything but up on this. This looks extremely bullish. There's a big breakout, few days of red, you're already getting bought up. Massive resistance is way up there, but you're just, right now you're competing with this resistance level. So there's no entry to be had on it. Would I buy it for like a hodl bags? No, I would not. I think the majority of this thing's move has already occurred. Right? You sold off back when Bitcoin did, and then you've already eclipsed your old all-time high again. You're seeing much bigger ranges, bigger candles, because it's getting more volatile. Be very careful when trading extremely volatile assets. But yeah, it's in the daily resistance. Watch this bearish candles open for potential bullish entries. You guys have a fantastic day. Make sure you trade safe, trade smart, and happy trading, everybody.